Hello there.
Kenobi!
This is a big one. Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. The Kenobi showcast has now joined LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga as part of the latest DLC pack in this game. This means you now have access to 5 new characters to go on ahead and play as in this wonderful, wonderful game, utilizing all their abilities, weapons, and tools in order to traverse through all the challenges the game has presented you with. On this video, we're going to take a look at all 5 of them, as well as draw some comparisons to pre-existing designs for some of the other characters. Of course, let me know down in the comment section below which one of the 5 is your favorite. And let us begin with the titular character himself. This is, of course, Ben Kenobi, or Obi-Wan Kenobi, as he is known across the galaxy. Looking pretty stylish with his awesome new poncho sort of cape design, but fear not, he does have his lightsaber in hand, ready to go on ahead and get into some combat situations should they be required, or go toe-to-toe with Anakin in what was arguably one of the coolest fight scenes since Disney has purchased Star Wars. Now, if you're curious to see him side by side with Episode 3 Obi-Wan, this is the comparison right there. So you can see that there are some differences between the characters, like the fact that somehow his facial hair color has actually changed colors, and of course the hairstyle is completely different, along with the outfit being completely different as well. But I do want to point out that apparently his haircut was already rocking and rolling and looking very groovy for his summer vacation redesign that we took a look at just a few weeks ago when I did a video for that, which, if you're interested in that, check it out. Next up, let's talk about everyone's favorite character from the show, and that is Reva. Yes, of course, I'm being sarcastic. I did not find the character particularly enjoyable either, just because it literally did not make any sense as far as some of the decision making. But I'm not here to talk about Reva as a character. We're here to analyze whether or not the design looks accurate, and I think it does. They did a pretty excellent job of recreating the hairstyle, the cape, the outfit itself, and of course, most importantly, the awesome Inquisitor dual-wielding lightsaber. This is one of the coolest looking items in the entire game now. I just think it looks so epic. It just makes me wish that we had a customizer in this game so we could build our own Inquisitors. Now, beyond that, of course, you do also have access to the Force, so you can go on ahead and utilize that to fling objects across a galaxy while you're battling your foes as well, so that is quite handy. You have some really cool combat with the dual-wielding saber as well, which looks absolutely wonderful. Next up, we have yet another Inquisitor ready to strike some fear into the hearts and minds of his opponents. This is the Fifth Brother. I love the aesthetic for this character. Like, the design for him almost reminds me a little bit of the armor that like Black Manta wears, so I really like the look of the character. The problem is, once again, if we were to talk about the character in the show, he didn't really get to do all that much, which was quite unfortunate. Boy, oh boy, did they nail the design. He looks very cool, once again, with the dual-sided saber. In addition to that, he does have actually a really cool jump animation as well, where he kind of jumps sideways almost. And then, of course, we have the Grand Inquisitor himself. Unfortunately, this is a bit of a trend at this point, but yet another character that going into the show I was really excited to see. I think all of us were, and then the way that the character was portrayed and treated was kind of disappointing, to say the least. But regardless, again, this is not a reflection on the character from the show. This is more just looking at the aesthetic and whether or not it is accurate to what we saw on Disney Plus. And yes, it is 100% so. I love all the details on the armor. I love how all 3 Inquisitors look unique, whether it be the Grand Inquisitor, Reva, or the Fifth Brother himself. Once again, you can see the really cool, unique armor plates for the Grand Inquisitor. He does look quite menacing. The one thing I wish is almost like if we had a height that was a little bit higher than a regular minifig, because I feel like he could benefit from that so much if he was just a tad bit taller. He does have his lightsaber, and once again, talking about unique, as you can see, he does have that cool double-sided hilt for the lightsaber, but he only has the one solitary saber or kyber crystal in it, which I think is super duper cool, making him once again unique compared to the other two Inquisitors that we looked at a little bit earlier. So now that we've taken a look at all of the Inquisitors, I think it is time to head for Mustafar and time to meet the final character in this pack. And this is where things are gonna get controversial, because I know a lot of people, including myself, are kind of disappointed by this character. Now let me get to the good stuff first. The really nice thing is that they weren't lazy and just went ahead and took a minifig that was already in the game, like this one right here, the no helmet design, and just copy paste it again for us and go like, oh look, it's a unique minifig and we're gonna sell it to you as part of a pack. And fear not, he does also look different than the Summer Vacation Vader as well. So I think that that's cool that they actually did at least make a brand new headpiece with new print work, etc.
Wow.
But beyond that, there's not much else new to look at, whether it be the actual attire itself. It is identical. Of course, he does have some really lovely details, but we've already seen them on the previous minifig. And of course, he does have his epic saber, which again is pretty much identical to what we've seen before. To me, and I think to many others, the thing that we would have liked to see for this particular version of Vader is a battle damaged Vader, however, with a partially broken mask. I think that would have been the thing that most of us would have loved to see. It would have made this a very unique minifig if they gave us something that had some more battle damage on the actual costume, but most importantly, only have part of his face exposed beneath a cracked mask. I think that would have given us that really cool visual from the show that many of us will remember for years to come. So there you have it. That is the Kenobi pack. I think it's a pretty good pack, all things considered. Even if you don't love the Kenobi show, having access to another Ben Kenobi is obviously a major W, especially because this one does look quite a bit different compared to all the other ones that we've gotten. And yes, I don't want to rehash the exact same point, but of course I am disappointed by the battle damaged Vader. I think this is the most disappointing minifig in the entire set. Fortunately enough, the Grand Inquisitor is absolutely a standout. I think they knocked it out of the park with this particular design, and so is the Fifth Brother. In fact, I honestly think that the thing that carries this particular pack are the Inquisitors themselves, including the third sister, Reva, as well. Once again, I understand that a lot of people were disappointed with the show, and honestly, I had a lot of problems with the Kenobi show myself, but here's what I will say. As far as the minifig designs are concerned here, I think they did quite well. At least 3 of the 5 are absolutely awesome because they are brand new characters that we did not have before. I think the Ben Kenobi minifig is actually quite wonderful, going up there as one of my absolute favorite versions of Kenobi as far as the aesthetic of the minifig. Look at all of these guys rushing over to leave a like on this video. Thank you so very much to all of them. Thank you so very much to all of you for watching this DLC showcase, and also down in the comment section below, don't forget to let me know what is your favorite minifig from this DLC pack. Thanks all for watching. Peace out. See you later, alligators.